Going to be a very good one. Once again, Zerg versus Protoss, KT versus Jin Air. KT leading 1-0 right now. See, can they take it home here in this second game? All right, up here in the top right, our Zerg players from KT. It is Life and Zest. Man, it's hard with all these barcodes popping up, but
yeah, it is.
In the bottom of the map, our green team playing Protoss Jin Air Green Wings. It is Maru and SOS.
So in the off race, when both players played off race, they both went for a really macro heavy style. Nobody went for a big timing attack. Nobody went for a nobody went for some kind of cute trick. But I'm really curious now that they're going to be playing their main races. Obviously not all players' main races, but some players' main races, whether they're going to keep it up and keep going for these macro kind of styles, or if they're going to try and hit a critical timing attack.
Yeah, it's an interesting question because if you look at which team is playing which race, the macro players are playing their races right now. It'll be in the next game that the micro players are playing their races.
That's a really good point.
I mean, you know, obviously, especially with Zerg, which macros a lot differently than the other races, I would say that we're definitely going to see some macro play out of Life and Zest, if I had to guess.
Yeah, Zest and Life, they're opening up with oh god, their races, I'm so confused now.
I know, right?
Zest and Life are opening up with a triple hatch, and then gas pool, and Maru and SOS opening Nexus first, and then a gateway.
Well, this is such a long map. It takes so long to walk across here. I'm not surprised that we see a big macro opening coming down. Not going to be something that you can really punish that easily.
Yeah, and
truth be told, ever since this is SOS's Protoss, he probably should have just cannon rushed, but that wouldn't be any fun.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been quite as fun. Although, you know, Legacy of the Void, they cannon rush your base. You have so many drones already.
That is true.
You can just take another base.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've tried. Prime Sheriffs is the gold map. Cannon
Yeah.
rushes. It can be extremely frustrating trying to cannon rush a Zerg.
I have no doubt. Well, right now we do have that Cybernetics core finishing up, so we'll see what they want to go for.
It's a Stalker and Warpgate for now, and I'm thinking probably Stargate?
Robo.
I think we're going to see some Adept drops or some really cute Warp Prism play with maybe Disruptors.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. I like the Stalker coming out to try to force away Overlords as well early on.
Really smart move. One of my favorite things as a Protoss player in Legacy of the Void is that typically, like in Heart of the Swarm, if you opened, you had the choice of going to Stargate, which had really great harassment options in the Oracle, or you can go Robo, which was really safe, and it was a lot more defensive in Heart of the Swarm. But in Legacy of the Void, the Warp Prism, now with the depth drops and the increased Warp Prism range, both tech choices are absolutely wonderful for harassment.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see this Robo play come out.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about Legacy of the Void. The amount that you have to harass now is just crazy, because people have to expand so quickly that you have to defend all over the place, which makes harassment that much stronger. So really cool to see, and that is a very fast robotic support bay.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to go for a Disruptor drop-in. Maru and SOS patrolling that Stalker, making sure no Overlords come in and see it. And looks like they're also going to take a very fast third base behind this.
Yeah, well, may as well. They're probably going to keep Zerg on the back foot for a little bit. Asking who the control is over here on Zest and Life's side. Zest showing a little bit of embarrassment here. He just lost 4 Zerglings doing absolutely nothing. And in Archon mode, that's going to be exacerbated even more so.
And Zest and Life throwing down 3 Spore Crawlers. I think they suspect a Stargate. Those Spores aren't going to be too useful against the Disruptors.
Yeah, certainly not. And look at that. We have Warp Prism speed. I love it. One of my favorite upgrades.
Yeah, exactly. Lovely.
And with that Disruptor on the way, we're going to see a lot of quick harassment here. Now, will we see a Spire come up from Zest and Life? That's going to be one of the best ways to try, at least, to deal with these Warp Prism drops.
Yeah, we have 6 gases coming out at the same time with the Roach Warren. This kind of looks like Ravager play to me, but there really could be anything with the lair halfway done.
Yeah.
This could very easily be a Spire. But 2 Stargates coming out as well. This is really fun.
Yeah.
I love this style of play.
Absolutely. To get those 2 Stargates to follow up, Spire going to be one of the best ways to deal with something like this. Well, how do you deal with Spire? with a lot of Phoenixes.
How do you deal with a lot of Phoenixes? You could tech up to a hive and get Vipers.
That's
So
right.
there's some really interesting counterplay going on both sides in different stages of the game. So we'll see. We actually have the Hydro Stand coming down at the same time as the Spire, so...
Well, why not just get all the tech?
Yeah. I think they threw down the Spire when they saw the Warp Prism come out, so they might just be going for a couple Mutalisks
Yeah,
to snipe the Warp Prism, but I think they're going to be really caught off guard by the Phoenix. If they choose to go for Mutas in this position, they see the 2 Stargates now.
Great scout going down there.
Yeah, and that Disruptor only getting, I think, 1 drone?
Yeah, really not getting much there at all.
Only 1 drone.
Well, the cooldown is like pretty quick, so we'll see what else he can get done here.
We'll get a chance to do some more damage in the future, but really nice spore placement.
Yeah, taking
Really nice spore placement.
all the shields down, a little bit of hull damage, another spore being placed in a good location.
We have Void Rays. Are you sure this is an SOS macro? Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, it is.
It
I'm
is
sorry.
SOS macro.
Oh, the race is so confusing.
Maru's going to look at this and be like, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do here?
Wait, I can't make Marines. What is the tech of choice?
How do you, can you stim this unit?
This changeling.
Well, now he sees that this is some great scouting going on. These guys are really on top of
really
it.
good scouting. It looks like we're going to have a Charge Zealot Void Ray with this Disruptor drop, as opposed to the Phoenixes. And this is some really smart play because, oh wow, 8 Mutalisks. I guess because they saw the Void Rays.
Yeah.
They know that they can go Muta, but this is going to be, as soon as Maru and SOS scout this is going to be interesting to see how they respond. Because we have a Lurker Den coming down, so it'll be tough to push the Zerg on the ground. But we're probably going to be seeing Phoenix versus Muta very soon.
Yeah, I would think that they will have to switch into some Phoenixes. The Void Ray is really not that fast, can't catch Mutas that well, and in mass numbers, Mutas do pretty well against Void Rays. So we'll see. But for now, he's going to chase away that Warp Prism and see if he can get some harassment damage done.
Yeah, and both players are fully saturated now on at least 3 bases, so we're going to be seeing a lot more unit warpings coming in for the Protoss and a lot more Zergs. Zerglings and Hydras and Mutas being morphed in by the Zerg.
All right, here we go. The Mutalisks are going to start to fly in here.
And you actually can't see those Mutas. Maru and SOS, I don't think they have any idea. Did they spot it?
I think they must have, with all these pylons going up.
Yeah.
Looks like we do get that pylon
and the
charge down.
Oh,
no,
down.
There's so much energy.
He's recalling it. Oh, he got the recall off.
Wow, he
saved the
brought his
mothership
probes
core.
too.
Yeah, that's actually a really big deal. Wow, that was a really good move. That was an SOS move right there.
Yeah, so most certainly it was.
Oh, the mothership core did go back down, but did save the pros at least for that recall.
Well, at least they have kind of stabilized here against these Mutalisks. I don't expect to see any more Mutalisks, at least for a while, made here out of Zest and Life's side of the map.
Yeah, and as a Protoss player, one of the scariest times against Mutalisks is when the first Mutas come to your base and they start targeting down your probes, and for them to take only a little bit of damage, it's a really nice position for them.
Yeah,
and now seeing the Lurkers morphing in, they know exactly what's going on. Lurkers cost a lot of gas. This can't be too many more Mutas.
Well, they do have a decent amount of Sky Toss out on the map right now. Yeah, they have a Charge Lot, which is really bad against Lurker, but, with the Phoenixes, with the Void Rays, they should be able to hold on for now and tech up a little bit more, and we see that happening with the Second Robotics Bay and Immortal and Psystorm on the way.
Yeah, Maru and Zest being really ambitious with a Disruptor and no other Mutas on the map. Not keeping with their Phoenixes, yeah.
Well, if he came around the corner and there happened to be a bunch of roaches there or something, that would have been fantastic.
During all of this, I've been really happy with Maru and SOS's position, but if you look at the supplies, in Legacy of the Void, this actually matters a lot more than it would in Heart of the Swarm. In Heart of the Swarm, typically you would expect the Zerg player to have maybe like a 20 or 30 or 40 supply lead at most stages of the game, but Legacy of the Void, these are some really powerful units. That supply that's a really cost-effective supply.
Yeah, it certainly is.
This is a scary army.
Well, the Void Ray's coming in right now.
Yeah, not too many Hydras.
Yeah,
he's actually bringing his queens with this army.
Yeah, you definitely do need enough anti-air. If you don't, then those Void Rays are going to rip you to shreds. Now, we do have Psystorm about to finish here. We do still have that single Disruptor as well.
Yeah, and the Lurker's beginning the siege. This is a really tough position for Maru and SOS to be in.
Well, let's see there.
There's a big Disruptor shot.
Pretty good Disruptor shot going down indeed. A couple Psystorms falling down. It looks like these Lurkers starting to deal a little bit of damage. The Muta's coming in, trying to pick off. Oh, a nice pickup there on that Disruptor.
Saved as a Disruptor. Only 4 Mutas around. The Phoenixes are coming back.
Well,
this is too close to call.
Oh man, yes.
Another storm. That's a big storm going down on the Mutalisks. I think Maru and SOS are going to hold.
Yeah, it looks like
they're pushing back.
They just have enough air here. Look at this, picking up those Lurkers. They're going to be able to pick those off in a matter of seconds.
Yeah,
beautiful defense by Maru and SOS.
Yeah, that was a really tense situation, but Maru and SOS. Oh, these units. cut out in the middle of the map. He's going to lose all the lurkers.
Oh, picking up those lurkers too. Lurkers are not cheap, and they take a while to get out. So that is a big pick off there once again. And right now, even though Zerg has much more supply, it's a lot more basic units. They killed off a lot of the heavier tech units for Zerg.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's so many Hydralisks, and you have to keep in mind, Maru sOs, they just spent all of their energy on their Templar defending that push. They don't really have Psystorms out right now.
Yeah, it looks like they may have to wait for a little bit here,
Yeah.
picking off a couple more lurkers though, and they just keep shaving off all of these important units, so that's
40
really
Hydralisks
nice.
on the map.
Oh man, it might be time for some more disruptors, I would say.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Well, looks like they are starting to move forward here a bit. And a bunch of spores going down. This
is
could
gonna
just be a supply
push.
trick.
And I think this is a slow push. I don't think it's a supply trick.
Oh yeah, that's
Because there's so many Void Rays on the
Yeah.
map. What happened in the previous engagement was the Void Rays killed the Void Rays and the Phoenixes. They killed so many of the lurkers, but
I
with
like
spores.
it.
Yeah,
I
like
would
this a
love
lot,
to
too.
see some Vipers mixed in though too.
Yeah, that would be a really good call.
I
But
think you need Abducts with this as
they
well.
don't even have a hive yet. They're just morphing to infestation kit now.
All right, well, it's going to be a while before we see those, but
Yeah.
in the meantime, we do have this push forward with those lurkers. Nice pickup here on that lurker on the side.
Yeah, some really good control coming out from Maru sOs, as you would expect.
Yeah, we do have the Hydras coming over, trying to punish. A Psystorm did fall down on them. In the meantime, we do have a huge spread here. We have that pylon overcharge going down as well. Looks like the Void Rays coming forward, helping to battle against these
disruptor
Hydras.
shot. Big disruptor shot going down. And it looks like Maru sOs are going to hold once again. These pushes, they haven't really been doing too much for Zest in Life.
Yeah.
The Spore Crawlers were a really, really, really good idea, but they don't even have the creep spread to fully utilize it.
You know, it can be a little bit clunky doing a lurker push like that as well, especially since right now we see Maru sOs taking great defensive positions. They're just spreading out all their stalkers. The lurker shots want to hit you in a choke type area, in a tighter formation, but when you're spread that much, the lurkers are doing far less damage than normal.
And also, I think, I'm not really sure what the upgrades are of the Zerg player, but Protoss is almost finished with +3 ground weapons and +1 air weapons, so this is a really highly upgraded Protoss army.
Well, right now they are looking to get that fifth base. The fifth base already up for our Zerg players, but look at this. This could be a big move. Late game, a Warp Prism can just devastate a base if nothing's there to defend against it.
Yeah, Zest in Life, they know about this. They see it. They see it on the map.
Yeah, they should see it.
They should,
especially
be able to react in time, but these are Charge Zealots, and Charge Zealots in Legacy of the Void, they're so much stronger than they were in the Heart of the Swarm. They deal a flat +8 damage as soon as they connect with Charge. Look how quick.
Yeah, look at that. The Queen
is he
falling
gonna
in
save
almost
it?
a couple
Wow.
seconds, but yeah,
No.
that's some great defense
Good
there by
save.
Life.
Yeah.
You can see how good this guy is at defending his base when he's actually Zerg.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot different from that Terran game that we saw him defending on.
This is a really tough position to break with all of those Spore Crawlers. And Lurkers, too.
All right, let's see. How is he going to end up doing it here? Still has those expensive Void Rays. Has a good amount of Immortals here. They definitely can take a beating.
Yeah, building 2 more. Maybe expecting an Ultralist transition, but there's none coming. But
Yeah.
even as is, like the Immortals are such good all-around units against ground.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're going to be good against pretty much anything. So we'll see how he ends up doing with that. But that is a lot of anti-ground, really, with more Void Rays coming as well.
Oh, losing the Warp Prism.
Well, let's see. Right now, who would you actually put in advantage here, State?
You know, I feel like the Zerg players are playing much more economic. They're in a really good position as far as that is concerned, but their upgrades I don't think are quite as high. And also, like Maru sOs, their control has been impeccable these past couple of fights. I feel like they've definitely been getting the edge in that regard.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you, but that is in a defensive position against lurkers that have to run up and burrow. What about the defensive Zerg position that you were talking about that is just so hard to break through? Are they going to be able to actually break through Spore Crawlers with lurkers? And now we're going to have some Infestors out there. I'd be very surprised if we don't see a couple Vipers added in as well.
You know, I don't think they're going to try and go for one big push. I don't think they're going to try and break the Zerg player that way. I think their objective should be either catch the Zerg out of position where the lurkers aren't and try and take bases.
Okay.
Or, on the other hand of things, bases mine out really quickly in Legacy of the Void. If you can trade efficiently and you can deny bases from the Zerg, you're going to be in a really good position. But it looks like Zest in Life might be suspecting that kind of play, and they're going to try and establish like a split map scenario. This is a really large map, but if you look at the center, it's actually not too wide. You can hold that position with lurkers and spores and spines, and that's so many lurkers.
Yeah, it really is quite a few here. They don't really have that many disruptors in their army today.
Oh, storm drop.
Oh man, look
so
at
many
that.
drones going down.
Oh, no amount of defense is going to help you against that many Psy Storms, and that does a lot of economic damage here. Now, we do have this lone disruptor. It's pretty rare right now that I see only one.
kills.
Well, he's done his job, I guess. Definitely an MVP in this game, but continuing to get some more damage in there. But that is a really good defensive fortification from our Zerg team.
Yeah. Holding the center of the map is going to be so crucial for them to taking their additional bases, because ironically, it's actually the Protoss army that is so much more mobile than the Zerg army in this stage of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Lurkers, they want to be stationary, they want to have static defense, they want to be in a really good position, either all of them grouped together pushing or all of them grouped together defending. But the Protoss army, they want to do tricks like this. They want to be blinking, they want to be trying to do damage on the map with groups of stalkers. And
well, definitely finding damage in some areas here, picking off some drones, gas.
It looks like the reaction from the Protoss player is going to be Tempest to try and break this position.
I kind of like the idea, right? I mean, Tempest has such a ridiculous range. You can hit a fortified position very, very easily. Here, just kind of throwing away a few stalkers there. May even be on purpose. You do need to eventually lose some of these lower tier units when you're going for something like Tempest and you're maxed out.
Yeah, and these 4 Tempests are going to be really good for holding these, being able to push this position with the Spores and Spines. It's really tough for the Protoss to do a head-on engagement in this kind of split map scenario. Yeah,
well, the Tempest definitely going to help with that. You know, use those Tempests to poke your opponent, and then when he has to come near you, that's when you can use your Disruptors, your Psy Storm, and that defensive concave that we're
losing these Vipers. These Vipers are so important to being able to abduct the Tempests. That's a critical part of the Zerg defense right now.
Well, very nice. Nice try at least. Those couple lurkers coming in handy right there. Zerg taking yet another base here down in the bottom right, throwing up quite a bit of stack D as well. And more spores continue to march forward across this map.
Yeah, they're actually pushing forward.
Well, let's see what they can get done. I love the Infestors sitting there behind. Anything that overcommits there will end up dying a terrible death. But in the meantime, Protoss is going to go ahead and expand towards the top left here.
Yeah, I don't really see either player being able to break the other one anytime soon. So I'm really curious how they're going to try and handle this, because on one hand, like, the Tempests are really good at this situation. Like, engagements like this are really good for the Tempests, so they can attack from a distance. But there's going to be a funny dance, I think, for the Vipers and the Templar in terms of trying to defend this, and this is a really good Immortal zone.
Oh, I really like this. Look at that. All the Spines out of position, dealing so much damage to this building, and it looks like they will end up sniping this hatchery. What a great usage of these Immortals in the late game.
Yeah, and Maru sOs playing really smart too. They have 2 full energy Templar behind those Immortals too, so they send Hydras to try and deal with it. They got stormed.
Well, right now a DT being warped in, but of course the Fungal going to go ahead and show where he's at. More Dark Templars coming in as well here. No detection actually sitting around, so he does have to use up that fungal growth energy, but
really good usage of fungal.
Yeah, I like the usage of DTs as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really look at this! More disruptors coming in.
Nice disruptor shots. He's not going to get this Nexus. He's not going to...
Oh! The Nexus does end up falling, but that was very expensive. When you look at how Protoss dealt with the hatchery, 2 Immortals that didn't even die, to sacrifice that many Hydras to kill off a Nexus, is it worth it?
I really don't think so. Look at how well the Protoss is trading. 9,000... No, I can't do math. 11,000. 11,000 more.
It's a lot. It's a big number.
Yeah.
Well, right now the Tempest continue to push forward. Looks like Zerg is going to go ahead and pack up their bags here.
Yeah, they don't really have the anti-air to deal with the Tempest, and they don't really have the Viper count either. They only have 1 Viper on the map. Is that correct? I feel like they really need abducts. Yeah, their
spellcasters are really low in number. Like I thought we'd see more Vipers and more Infestors at this point.
Not killing the Oracle. Spore almost hit.
God, this guy just does
this drop.
Oh,
it is.
Those are Immortals right there.
Oh my God.
Well, they're going to be able to pick off quite a few Queens here at least.
No.
The Corruptor's coming in, but... Well, you don't need the Immortals at this point, so they're going to go ahead and leave them here, and there's nothing here to hit them. Okay, there we go.
I think actually the Corruptors could also kill them if they so desired. But
well, let's see if he can pick off anything nice. Like for instance, that's a great pickoff, especially with an upgrade.
Yeah.
Wow, with +2 attack, almost halfway done there. This is such a
chamber too.
What a great way to use your Immortals late game. Super late game, sometimes when you're going Sky Toss, you want to get rid of your Immortals, and that's the best way to do it.
Also like these probes.
Those are combat probes right there.
I think this is Cute Boy Maru. Cute Boy Maru crew troll. Oh, the Archons. All over the map. Maru and SOS, they need to free up supply, and they're doing it so efficiently.
Yeah, they really are. Anytime you can trade out units that you want to lose while getting huge amounts of damage done, that is going to be a fantastic trade.
Look at
for
the
you.
unit tab. They have 9 Tempest, 3 Disruptors, 8 Void Rays, and 7 Templar. Those are the core units of their army. They're almost maxed.
I tell you what we need to see here. Oh man, building Nexuses here now.
Oh, Mothership Core.
They're just trolling at this point, but
Yeah, they're feeling really confident.
we need to see some more Vipers and Infestors if our Zerg team is going to be able to do anything here.
Yeah, or even just any kind of anti-air to deal with the Tempests. Like the Tempest count is so high, and typically you wouldn't expect the Protoss player to reach critical mass like this, because you would want to be trading with like Corruptors and Vipers or Vipers and Hydralisks, but that hasn't been happening in all this game. And although both players have about similar banks, Maru and SOS with a lot more gas, the income for Maru and SOS is a lot higher, and their army is also a lot more expensive and a lot higher tech.
Well, you know, this Nexus here, I'm starting to think this might not be a Mana Nexus. I think this might be something to warp back to with the Mothership.
I think so too.
This is SOS played.
But let's be realistic. You could have warped some gateways. I think there's a little bit of mana in there.
Yes.
Oh, these revelations are huge. The Vipers still don't have energy for ducks.
Yeah, he's gonna have to charge those up.
That's
Really important.
That's a lot of Corruptors, but there's even more Voiders on the map. This Protoss army composition is so powerful.
Oh man, he's sucking the life actually out of spores here. I feel like
he almost assumes they're. Oof! It just feels really desperate to suck the life out of the spores. Like on one hand, it feels like he might be considering that like they're probably not going to be that big of a factor, but he's building so many more, so he has to know that they're necessary for this defense.
Yeah. Well, very nice revelation going down here on those Broodlords, being able to snipe some of them off.
Yeah, interesting decision to go for Broodlords against Mass Tempest, but
yeah, certainly. I mean, they have a great range, so that's nice for
It's
sieging,
true.
but definitely not the unit that counters Tempest. In fact, quite the opposite.
That's a lot of Corruptor. If he gets a couple clutch of ducks. You know, I feel like him stacking this is going to be trying to avoid the feedbacks, but it's actually not too difficult to land feedbacks, even on clouds of third area units like this.
Yeah, certainly not.
We didn't really see any going down there, but that Oracle really needs to cast the Revelation soon.
Yeah, I think we need to really, looking forward here, see some great abducts, and when the final battle comes, we're going to have to see some great parasitic bombs as well in these
that's
rays.
true. I didn't even consider parasitic bomb. I was just thinking the heart of the swarm of ducks. But
I mean, against Tempest pumped up like this, it could be fantastic.
But at the same time, like Maru and SOS, they're getting all their Twilight Council upgrades. I think they have +3 ground weapons and +3 shields, and they're getting armor now too. So they're completely free to go for a tech switch. Usually it's the Zerg player that you would expect a tech switch, but Maru and SOS, they have the bank, they have the upgrades, they have probably the gateway count too.
Yeah, I think they have just about everything they need.
Oh,
they have
that's a big
5,000
fungal.
minerals, and here we go. They're actually moving forward. A fungal goes down. I'd love to see some parasitic bombs here as well. The Corruptor's coming in, and this is pretty nice. They're doing a lot of damage. Looks like that Mothership Core is going to have to fall. It does end up falling. The Void Rays get turned on, though. That's very dangerous.
The parasitic
we have
bomb.
parasitic bombs on there.
Oh, taking so much damage.
Look at that splash damage there, but GG.
They lost too much. They couldn't really reproduce any anti-air.
Yeah, you know, they were just out of money at that point. It was a really good fight, though, I have to say. They really kept in it for quite some time. Some great defense there by Life when he was being harassed. But at the end of the day, I feel like the units that we actually saw Zest using maybe weren't the right ones. Like, I feel like we should have seen Vipers a lot earlier, a lot more Vipers as well, to try to pick off these units when they're in smaller supplies.
And I really disagree with the decision to go for Broodlords. I understand it too, because I feel like when that decision was made, they thought, okay, it's a split map scenario. We're going to have Vipers, we're going to have a lot of Sport Crawlers, we're going to want to slow push the Protoss. But Maru and SOS, every time the situation came where they were getting pushed, either it was a slow push or a big push from the third base.